Hello internet world, welcome to a very exciting video. Super excited to bring you this new episode of Take on Tech with some news that has just broken, and I'm super excited about this because I have used one of these cameras for many years. We are expecting an announcement and a launch from Canon this week of the brand new version of the PowerShot G7X Mark III, and also the G5X Mark II as well. This is going to be really exciting because there's a surprise feature on both of these cameras, if the rumours are to be true, that is going to blow your mind. Something that I've talked about for a long time, in fact, and I'll come on to that feature in a short while. Now, I will be detailing in this video a lot of the specifications, and I'll give full credit to the website Nokishita down in the video description area. So if you want to check out the original articles, full credit to the publishing website is in the video description. Now I think I'm going to just switch over to give you some views of the camera. I'm so excited about this because I've been waiting for this for a long time, and you will get to see some of the features. Let's start off with the less exciting camera for me, and that is the G5X Mark II. Still a really exciting release though. 20.1 megapixel 1-inch type stacked CMOS sensor, Digic 8 processor, 5 times optical zoom, which when converted equates to 24 to 120 millimeter, f1.8 to 2.8, 30 frames per second raw continuous shooting mode, 4K video. 4K video, yep, you heard me right. No mention of the dual pixel autofocus on this specification list, but 4K video nonetheless. I'm assuming, and this is only a guess, that this is probably going to be 24 frames per second. Full HD video up to 120 frames per second. Tiltable touchscreen as well, or I'm assuming it's touchscreen. Pop-up EVF, 3.5 millimeter. 3.5 millimeter, guys. 3.5 millimeter microphone input jack on a compact camera like this. This is what I've been mentioning in my videos for a long time. A lot of manufacturers give us part of what we want, but not all of what we want. And it seems like if this actually comes to fruition this week, it seems like the G5X is going to give us a 3.5 millimeter microphone input. That is absolutely fantastic. Also Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, of course, and we've got the sizes mentioned here as well. Let's take a look at the actual images of the camera itself. Here you can see just the sort of front view of the camera with that really nice lens. We've also got a full frontal view of it here, and then we've got the rear with that pop-up EVF. Nice controls as always on the side, a little thumb grip as well. Top-down view with that exposure compensation and the mode dial. And then we've got the flip-up front-facing screen, which is ideal for vlogging, of course, and something that we really do appreciate in these cameras. It looks absolutely fantastic. And just one last look at this spec list. This is going to be fantastic. If this is the actual spec list, then I think Canon have definitely got a winner on their hands. So that's the G5X Mark II. We're going to move on very shortly to the more exciting one for me, the G7X Mark III. I have used the Mark I, the original, and the Mark II. In fact, I did a comparison video between the previous two versions on the channel. I'll pop a link to that video down in the description area if you want to check that out. Before I move on to the more exciting, for me, the more exciting G7X Mark III, a big hello to those of you tuning in live, including Darren Gator. Glad I caught your broadcast before I head off to work. Have a fantastic day at work, Darren. Thanks for tuning in. James Galvin, also in the live chat. Connor Morris, and also John Spiru. What kind of 4K video? Crop, dual pixel AF? No mention of that yet. I would imagine there will be some sort of crop, and there is no mention of dual pixel AF. My sort of guess is we're going to get dual pixel AF on the 1080p video, but not in the 4K. We saw recently with the Canon EOS R, we got dual pixel AF in 4K and 1080, and then the cheaper Canon EOS RP gave us dual pixel in the 1080 but not in the 4K. I'd be surprised if we get dual pixel in the 4K video on both of these cameras. Anyway, without further ado, let's move on to have a little chat about the G7X Mark III. And again, full credit to nakashitacamera.com. There is a link to both of these pages down in the video description. So let's take a look first of all at the main specifications of the Canon PowerShot G7X Mark II. The Mark 1 and Mark 3 this is. The Mark 1 and Mark II were absolutely amazing cameras. The Mark III promises 20.1 million pixels, 1-inch backside illuminated CMOS sensor, stacked CMOS, maybe it will be a stacked sensor. We've also got Digicate processor, raw files up to 30 frames per second. That is impressive in its own. 4K video, full HD, 120 frames per second, 3.5mm microphone input terminal, and equipped with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Now, before I show you the photos of the G7X, if we go back to the G5X Mark II, very little between the two on these. In fact, they almost look identical. Let's have a look at the photos of the G7X, because is this going to actually offer a pop-up EVF? It's got a pop-up flash, but no pop-up EVF. I'm wondering if these rumoured images are indeed flipped, you know, if they're not what we're expecting, purely because, let's take a look through these properly. This one, obviously, it's got G7X marks on it. It could be a mock-up photo. This is the front view. We've, of course, got the rear view with those controls and thumb grip. We've got the mode dial, same as on the G5X Mark II, and obviously that flip-up screen. You'll notice around the mode dial on the G7X Mark III, we have also got this red ring, which I don't believe was on the photos of the G5X. No, it has got a red ring on both. So I think that some of these details may well change when we see the full release tomorrow. If it happens tomorrow, it's rumoured for this week. I would assume it's going to happen tomorrow or Thursday. They look too similar. The two cameras look too similar in their specifications. And why would we get a pop-up EVF on what would probably be the cheaper of the two cameras? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing something. Either way, the inclusion on both of these cameras of the previous really good sensor. So we had this sensor before, it's obviously been updated a little bit. The Digicate processor, which is going to accommodate being able to do 4K video, but also the big, I think the highlight or headline feature of these two new cameras, something that we've been wanting for a long time in these compacts, and I do hope that the rumour is true. I do hope that Canon announce it with this feature, is the 3.5mm microphone input. For many content creators, having that microphone input is a big plus, because it opens up so many more opportunities to improve the audio with the likes of using little lapel mics or with the likes of using external recorders. Please, I do hope, fingers crossed, that it has actually got microphone input. 4K video, bonus, as long as it's 24 frames per second and not a crippled 15 frames per second. If it's 4K 24 or 24, 25 and 30, that's going to be absolutely superb. Darren Gator, sounds like Canon are finally catching up with other manufacturers and what customers have been asking for. Totally agree. Raymond Moore in the live chat saying a big hello. And Connor Morris, sorry I've missed a lot, Dave. I've just been so busy. It's good to be busy. Thank you very much for tuning in, Connor. I really do appreciate it. So let me know down in the comments section below, if all of these specifications are indeed true, will you be picking up a Canon G5X Mark II, or will you be picking up the new Canon G7X Mark III? Let me know your choice in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of the specs as well. I'll try and do another video, and of course I'll try and get one of these into review on the channel I absolutely loved my G7X Mark II. Still got the Mark I, actually still in use. So still got the original Canon G7X, great cameras. And I think if Canon do good with these, they will have some very popular cameras for 2019, especially for vloggers on YouTube. These will be real popular cameras. That's it for this video. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Share a link to this video as well on social media and give me a thumbs up. You know it makes sense. I'll see you in another... I'm only joking, but no, do it. I'll see you in another video very soon. Yeah, do it. Share a link to the video on social media.